Good day, families. This is your kinfolk OMAR HOSEA, servant. Shalom. Peace, grease, everybody. This one is titled, The Christ and His Wisdom. Now, everybody know who's educated, who's researched, and who have studied. No, Christ just means anointed. Anybody can be a Christ. Now, what you're anointed by, that's a different story. When you read about Yeshua Christ, he says, these people are my brothers and sisters who follow my Father. He tells you that the place that I'm going, you can't go. He tells you things in parables. He speaks, let me see, I can probably help you out with this real quick. Just something real quick. You'd get a comparison. He tells people about celestial things. And in his time, they called him crazy, said he was the devil, called him all types of names and stuff. And when I read those stories about Yeshua and some other prophets and some other anointed ones, I was flabbergasted. I was pushed back. And some of us could be a Christ. We're just too worried about what the world thinks. And even the Christ said, if you're friends of this world, you're an enemy of the Most High. You can't follow. You know. Trying to find something in here real quick. I'm in the search area. I'm just gonna go to the book. I'm in King James version. I'm gonna go to, let me see, Father help me. I didn't even pray this in. Let me pray this in. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for waking up the viewers who's watching this, going to watch this video. We pray that we can just reach one heart, one mind, one soul, one body. Then I'm quite sure that we've done enough, even though we'd like to reach more. But it's only according to your will. I'm not praying. I would like to place my will into your will because your will is the best will. May the heavens, may everything in the heavens and the earth and in the hearts of men bow down before thee. And I ask you to protect us from our enemies and protect us from our ignorance. By the power of the Spirit I come, until probably for me, let me say thank you. Selah. Okay, now that feels a little better now. I'm gonna hit Mark. Mark seemed a little more, what time? 10:42. So that's 52, there ain't no 52, 3. We'll go to 5. 3. And I'm trying to find the red letter. And I could have swear I downloaded the red letter version. Well, anyway, I'll read this. Check this out. As soon as Yeshua heard the word that was spoken, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, be not afraid, only believe. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter and James and John, the brother of James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and he seeth the tumult, and then that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he said unto them, why make ye this ado and weep? The damsel is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. But when he had put them all out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel, and them that were with him, and entered into where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand and said unto her, Talitha cumri, which means, interpreted, damsel, I say unto thee, arise. So here's the thing with that. He suffered no man to follow him when he went to go do his bidding. Except for James and a couple guys that believed. But they laughed, they scorned at him. The people of the synagogue, or the people of the church, his childhood friends and family. I give you speed it up to date. My name, HOSEA OMAR, means salvation speaks. I didn't give myself that name. Nobody gave me that name. My mom gave me that name, Omar, but nobody gave me that name, HOSEA. I just making this video for those who say they want to live Christ-like. Be honest with yourself. You're not ready to give up your fancy cars. You're not ready to leave your fancy jobs and your big screen TVs. You're not ready to walk out your churches who got women pastors. You're not, when I come out women prophetess, we talking about teachers, pastors. You're not ready to change because you still love this world. You say, well, HOSEA, how you say that? I'll tell you how. I had a wonderful conversation with a man. Love him dearly. And he told me that when I talk in parables, that's why people don't listen. When we talk Christ-like by nature, people don't want to listen. I said, what you mean? He said, well, he started going into his version of Jesus Christ. I don't know. That's a different story. Because I don't know anything about a Jesus Christ. I know about a Christ, but not a Jesus Christ. That sounds like Rick James, you know. No. Anyway, so he proceeded to say, well, Jesus died in the flesh and was risen again, and blase, blase, blase. Thank you, Father. This is going to be a pretty extensive video. New bodies. New bodies. Okay, I got that prepared. So, he said, you know, we live in this flesh. You got to die to the flesh and flesh. And in my head, I'm thinking, because you use the word flesh, I should be able to use the word spaceship. Same difference. Because a spaceship has flesh. A car has flesh or skin. Like you got carbon fiber skin, or you got plastic skin, or you got steel skin that goes over the skeletal system of a vehicle. He didn't get that. Ordained pastor, reverend, elder of the church, all this, whatever that is. And I'm saying all these elders of the church didn't tell this man that. The college professors and the teachers of the Bible or the teachers of Christianity didn't tell you that. But I didn't say that verbally, I just was in my head. And I was happy to be around the man and talk to him, but I was sad by how he was conformed by the world and how to think. I give you another example of what a lot of you folks, when I type in my words, you'll say, why are you hollering? And I'm thinking, one, I have a deep voice, a heavy, very deep voice, so, and I'm not the one to really holler unless you violate my peace. I'm protective of my peace. So, it was a thing, it slipped my head. Oh yeah, hollering. I said, well, I'm not hollering. I talk in capital letters because I own my words. In a contract, even when you go to court, they put your name in capital letters. I own my words. And then I put on my best thinking cap. They always told me that. So I think in caps. I think in owning my words. I think in being responsible for my words. Anyway. So I began to explain to him about my spaceship and how I can't wait to leave this spaceship. And he looked at me and he said, oh, what are you talking about? That's too far out there. I said, no, it's right here in front of your face. I give you the example of spaceship, scripture. And I told him, I said, well, are we not living in space and time? Can we move from place to place, project our thoughts somewhere else, like a beam? Hold up. Let me see. I put the type of new body didn't show me anything. Okay, here we go. Thy dead men shall live, comma, together with my dead body shall they arise. Awaken seeing ye that dwell in dust. For thy dew is the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead. So that means that physically dead, your spirit will be cast out of your body. That means you're getting a new body, or a new spaceship, or a new vehicle. You know what I mean? They didn't understand. That was Isaiah 26:19. Here's another answer to this parable. As it says, awaken seeing ye that dwell in dust, which is in this body, and thy dew is the dew of herbs. That means that your spirit provided that it was in tune with the universe, in tune with the Most High. It was living righteous, trying to live righteous. That it's like putting herbs in your food. Like that's where the word, you are the salt of the earth, come from. Give it flavor. Your soul would give it flavor. But he didn't get that. Let's see if we can find some more. Let's see we see we also. Okay, here we go. This is Colossians 2:11. In whom also ye are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands. How can you be circumcised without hands? Obviously, that's a spiritual connection. And putting off the body of the sins of flesh by the circumcision of Christ. Colossians 2:11. That says you're in a spaceship all day. I didn't understand that. He didn't understand that. He said, I have to make it simple. We have made it simple. We've made it as simple as we can make it. Next step. The Christ in his wisdom. When you actually live in Christ-like, people don't want to be around you, except for those who desire to live Christ-like, those who really desire the Most High, except for those who really believe in the process. And not too many people do. That's where we understand. We're living this right now. That the field is right, but very few workers. Nobody wants to labor this. And just look at the word labor. Everybody want to be a boss nowadays. Everybody want to have their brand name. Nobody wants to labor. That's why I said I'll go. I'll labor. I gotta do it by myself. Also, when you're using your Christ wisdom, your own parents won't believe in you. Now, let alone your friends. No, it's not even so much the community. Really be your parents in this day and time. Example. Let me just put this in real quick. Everybody who says they're your mother and your father don't necessarily mean that's what they are. In every word of a sense. I'll give you an example for my mother. She been calling me a bitch and all these names since I was 7 years old. I'm 48. She likes to call the police. Hey, I'm putting this out there. Because I'm so tired of letting her get away with this demon inside her, getting away with it. And maybe somebody can call her if y'all know her or whatever and let her know what's wrong with you. Somebody need to check her. Women. So, I'll just get to this truth. So, I just asked nicely, stop calling me out my name, please. And the only reason certain things didn't go because I understand it's not her, it's a demon. But she's choosing to be with this demon. This is a willing choice. Just like if I chose to go out here and rob a bank with a cross around my neck. I love Jesus, but I'm gonna be robbing a bank. Doesn't make sense, do it? But the sad part is, what makes you think the pale skin gives a damn about you and me, and you would keep wanting to put me in jail? Making up lies and then pulling weapons and stuff out. And then if they get taken off you, used on you, then the whole world sees something different. You see the setup of the demons and the devils and wicked-hearted people. That's why it's called Christ and the wisdom. Folks, brothers and sisters and saints, you can get a new spaceship, which is a new body. There's new spaceships waiting for us, or i.e. new bodies that we can move around in on different planets, different dimensions. I've been there and I've seen it. Even though we've been put out in the cold again for no reason, even though all our stuff has been damaged, even though we're homeless, no transportation, no money, no food, no nothing, that is the outcome of being Christ conscious. For all those who want to be the followers of Christ, not Christians or Christianity, but true Muslims who submit to the will of the Most High. Because that's what Christ was. He was a Muslim. He submitted to the will of the Most High. And that's how he became anointed. When you submit. That's why it's called rabbi, master, teacher. Because the Most High elevates you to those titles by men. We wish all you guys a good day, a good life, even despite my living situations and things that's not happening the way I want to. And I sincerely mean it. And one thing we always share with people is like, how can you say you want to protect heaven and you don't know the battle plans of hell? In fact, you ain't even willing to come down to hell and find out what's going on, or even battle in hell to protect heaven. You just want to read a few books and say, okay, I'm going to heaven. No, there's work. I want to go to paradise. No, there's work. Literally, you cannot pay your way into paradise. You can't pay your way into heaven. You can't pay your way into your new spaceship. You know what'll happen? You'll be in the abyss in your same spaceship, tormented in that spaceship, wishing that you was out of that spaceship. Yeah. And then the movie will keep playing over and over and over again. It won't be an eternity movie. It'll just be forever movie. In that same spaceship, that same consciousness, that same mind, that same desire, that same feeling, that same whatever. Never, ever, ever stopping. I don't know about you. That's scary, man. The Christ and his wisdom. There's a lady, there's a sister rather, same difference, a lady, sister, wanted to know what I thought about the third eye. Well, the third eye is new age thinking. The pineal gland is not an eye. These are eyes. And there's a spirit that's looking out of these eyes. So there's really no third eye. You know, unless you're some type of monster or something, or some type of demon. Because really saying third eye is really demon language. But when you look at it from a vehicle perspective, or from a spaceship perspective, or an airplane has two windows. And you're the captain of the airplane, or you're the captain of your body. You're looking out two windows and you're navigating this body. Get the movie Pacific Rim, how the guys get inside the machine and they work the machine. Look at some alien movies, how the aliens put on their little armor, get inside the machine, and they use the machine to attack people or attack planets, whatever. Your pineal gland is just a neuron center that allows your brain to get perceptions, download them, program them, put them into action. Like, how you doing? See, without my pineal gland connected to my nerves, I wouldn't be able to do this. How you doing? I could shut down. I'm still looking around. I'm still moving. But my spaceship is shut down. So I put my arm down. Who would know what the next move my spaceship going to do but me? Who's going to know more what I'm going to do with my vehicle? I want to move it left or right but me. Even me speaking, you cannot contemplate what my next word is. So you know what I do? I tell my spaceship, electrically, not verbally, but through energy. How y'all doing? Then shut it back down. I can tell my spaceship, shoulder is up. My spaceship ain't gonna do that without me. That's what it says, control the body, control the flesh. Let not what you see poison your heart. Let not what you hear distort your thinking. Let not what you smell make you sick. And let not what you feel make you abominable. Which these are the things of what they call the flesh, or the things that the spaceship flies between. I.e., when you buy your new car, you drive it out to the sun. When you get your new car, you drive it through the snow, through the leaves, through the rain. The same thing with the flesh. Snow, rain, all different types of things. Now, do your car cry when you crash it? If it could speak, hell yeah. That's why they're putting computers in them now. Because now the car actually telling you what you did when you crashed it. That's what's called artificial intelligence, AI. When you really think about this third eye intelligent thing, it's really demonic. There's no human being, no man or woman who actually walk around here with a third eye. You're not looking at a third eye. What is that? What's this Dragon Slayer movies? It's like people watch too many movies. And just because, they went to Egypt or something like that, they're like, oh, well, that means it's a third eye. No, it don't. It's a serpent with a vulture on his hat, meaning symbolism. Well, there's an eye on top of the pyramid, and what's behind the eye? We even go further than this. Cameras. Who's behind the camera determines what you see on TV and what you like on this planet. Believe it or not. I shared with my little young bro. I said, man, you read some books. He was like, man, I don't want to read books. I watch TV. And I said, oh, wow. Okay. I said, why don't you want to read books when you're bored? And he said, no, I want to watch TV. And I had to tell him, I said, do you realize that the people that you're seeing on TV read books so they get behind the camera to tell you how to live? That's not a third eye. That's mind control. And so if I run around here and tell you, yeah, my third eye is my third, that's because I'm under mind control. And I would have mind control of the people to have them thinking that it's okay to walk around with a third eye. I think you got three eyes. If these eyes can see, well, what's behind my third eye? A half retina or something? Well, who's looking through that third eye? Or what? So you logically think about there is no third eye. It's just you. That's it. Ain't no this, that. It's just you. And it's funny because when you cut the pineal gland apart, right? When you cut it in, and I've seen a lot of autopsy type things. You cut the pineal gland. It don't look like no eye. It don't look like this. And then you got these people who said, you just Scientologists, right? And so that's the eye of Horus, or the eye of Ra. The sun don't even have an eye. And if Horus was a sun god, or the son of a sun god, he didn't have no eyes either. Because there is no bodies. They didn't find a body of Ra or Horus. Maybe Osiris, maybe Isis, but they was flesh and bone like you and me. So now, all of a sudden, everybody see the pineal gland look like the eye of Ra. Then all of a sudden, everybody get their eyes painted like this. If you see it just like this, really, and this is some real stuff here. If you see a person with an eyeball, right, and got something hanging from down here like that, that ain't human. If you see somebody walk around with literally with a third eye, that ain't human. Let's start talking about reality and get out of la la land. Just like folks would come on Sky Daddy. Okay, no problem. Walking around saying third eye is ludicrous. It's you. You are not an eye. You are a spirit being. And that doesn't have eyeballs. That's a frequency. That's a vibration. You can't see that. You get to feel it. The wisdom, the Christ and the wisdom, and his wisdom. I'm not downplaying the power of the pineal gland, because we got all of our wisdom from the sun. And that's why we can boldly say anything about our third eye and all these other things. We can boldly say that. I haven't been on YouTube in a while because I don't know, I still don't like the way the process is with them. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. You know, take care of your spaceship. Take care of your body. But don't put a lot of stock in it. You know, be kind to other people. Say something positive to somebody. And everybody who's homeless wasn't because of drugs, or everybody that's in hardship is not because they did something wrong to somebody. You know. And the last thing too, those who are wise, you know that Christmas and this Thanksgiving is not our culture. It's not what the Christ would have us do. It's not what the Most High would have us do. And anybody that's a Muslim would never live like that. Till next time, this is your Kim Fogle, OMAR, HOSEA, saying we love you. May the Most High keep y'all guys safe and go to and from your destinations. I know it's been a while since I've made a video with you guys. I got we got more to say, but I just don't want to hold this up. I'm going to hold this up real quick. But I just had to share that Christ and wisdom with y'all real quick. Oh, last thing too. I just came across something called the movement called the Black Identity Crisis. That's going to be my next video. As soon as I get things situated, probably get a little quiet. Might even have probably see if I can get a guest. Black Identity Crisis. What's that? Till next time, we love you. May the Most High keep you safe. Heavenly Father, we say thank you for letting us speak. We ask that you will let somebody watch this video and feel it and touch it, experience it, and go to you, Father. Not go to anybody else or go there or go that, but go strictly to you for the confirmations and for the maps and the process of their own life. By the power of the Holy Spirit, I come unto the power from you after me and say thank you. Selah.